Could you start by discussing the off week and how beneficial it was, and perhaps how it will help you going into Saturday and beyond?
Well, I thought it was beneficial when it came at the right time, I think. A lot of times you never want to get to a bye week after a loss because, you think it sits with you for 2 weeks. And again, it's tough. But I think we put that behind us. I think our guys focused, made the decision that they wanted to get better, during the practice opportunities we had in the bye week. And I think we got better. I think we got better fundamentally.
You suggested Monday that you're still sort of searching for an identity, this team is. What do you want to see Saturday that perhaps would move you in that direction?
Well, it's hard to kind of gauge. It really is. The Jacksonville game and the Boston College game, but, Elon, pretty disappointing, but I hope our guys, and I'm going to talk to them a little bit later here, but, I hope they play, like they did the first game. There was a lot of looseness about them in a good way. I don't think they were uptight. I think we kind of got uptight in the Elon game, but. I want them to relax and play and have some fun and kind of look like we did, for 3.5 quarters against Jacksonville State. Even though we were a better team than they were, but you could just see that our guys were flying around and having some fun out there.
You challenged your staff after the Elon game, but we're going to be in the office 24/7 between now and our next game. Without getting into game day specifics, what were some of the things that you guys honed in on during that time that you talk about fundamentally getting better, but what were some of the things that you said, okay, this is one thing we really need to work on?
I like to exaggerate too, right? How long have you known me here? I think, and we talked about third downs are big, both sides of the ball, huge. We worked on that. Red zone's big. We worked on that. Obviously, defensively tackling, angles of the football. We made a focus on that, an emphasis on that. I think as you go back and look at, I don't think it's schemes. It's kind of putting your personnel in the best possible position you can, and then letting them be fundamentally sound. And we feel good about our schemes, both sides of the ball. It's just now letting them go out and play and make sure that we're taking care of the fundamentals.
Russ, what is the prime predictor for causing turnovers? I know you want to get some more than you've got.
Well, we haven't rushed the passer real great. And a lot of times, you don't realize how many turnovers that can cause, whether it's an errant throw, a forced bad throw, a strip sack, those types of things. And I think we've got to rush the passer better. We've kind of addressed that as a defensive staff and how we want to attack people. But we have to rush the passer better. And we rushed the passer pretty well last year, and I think that'll cause maybe some errant throws, maybe some strip sacks. But also, an emphasis of getting people around the ball and gang tackling and getting that thing out as they're pulling to the ground. We need to get a few of those. So they're just not going to give them to us. We got to go out and earn them and take them.
You're going to start Bo this week, and he's been effective as a runner, and his completion percentage is off the charts. He hasn't thrown deep much, 6 yards per completion. Why is that important? And I presume that's something you'd like to improve upon moving forward.
Yeah, Bo's been really consistent, and again, I think when you got a new guy and sometimes you haven't seen him do these things in real life, he's done them in practice and in scrimmages, but sometimes you just gotta take the gloves off and let him do it. And so he needs to push it down the field, if he wants to be a complete quarterback. And we just gotta do it. We gotta call plays that gives him those opportunities.
Fordham looks to be a youngish team. Sort of summarize what you might see Saturday.
I think their skilled people are pretty good. No question about that. They've got guys, talking offensively, that can run really well. Outside, I like their backs a lot. They're excellent players. You know, quarterback took over as a true freshman last year and did a really nice job after our game. And I think he can throw it. He's a big kid. Defensively, they're pretty stout up front. They got two inside guys, and Setapani can talk to you about those guys, but pretty physical guys. They got two linebackers that probably are as good as we'll face this year. One's, I think, a preseason All-American, number 26. He's a ball player. And then I know they're a little young in the secondary, but I think they got some length to them, and I think they're athletic.
How much different are you guys this year going into this game than you were when you played them last year? Or maybe a better question is, how much do you go back to that tape and say, this is what we can be when we're really right?
Well, obviously in that game last year we played really well both sides of the ball. Defensively, I think, Tyler, you got hurt in that game, and we were down depth-wise pretty bad, you know, and then we lost a couple linebackers actually in that game too, and then as we went to St. Francis. But, you know, you see a lot of the same guys. I mean, Mo, and you know, and Mo played really well against them, and Colby, and, you know, and then you see some of the young guys that are playing this year for us got in that game. And then offensively, you know, we've got quite a few players back other than the wideouts back that played in that game, and but again, we're different. They're different. It's every year's different. You know, how you prepare, whether you come ready to play, you know, how you execute during the course of a game will make the difference whether we win or lose.